All right. For this segment, I am the judge. I am the decider. We are debating brunch hours. When is it still called brunch? When is it something entirely different? We got Kayce Smith, brunch extraordinaire at Extreme Lush. We got Joey Molinaro. I think he likes himself a couple cocktails by himself as well, is what I meant to say. I'm the judge. Go.
First of all, Joey, I don't know why you let him judge this, because he is absolutely going to be on my side. But I know you're a gentleman, so you usually would let ladies go first. I am going to let you go first. I'm going to defer to you. I'm going to let you argue first so I can body bag you when you're done.
Okay, she's very excited about this, and you're right. I picked the bad guy because you and Feitelberg have your connection, at the factory, anything like that. You're living over there. You're getting your drinks, yada, yada, yada. But it's pretty simple, okay? When you have a brunch and you schedule it, you say, hey, let's get brunch. You started at 10:30 a.m., you started at 10:45 a.m., because then it's right in between where a breakfast would take place and the lunch hour, hence meaning brunch. You put them in the middle, you keep them together, and then you can have your drinks. You could, or you can start with a drink. You could, get to your food at 11 a.m., and then you can have lunch. Or you could order right off the bat, and you could get breakfast with your drinks. Therefore, it is brunch. But once you say, hey, let's have a brunch, let's get it at 12:30. That's just lunch. There is no longer room for breakfast food on the table at a 12:30 brunch. Therefore, it is lunch.
Sir, first of all, you're wrong. Second of all, I will give you this. I will concede. The actual word brunch does imply that it is between breakfast and lunch. However, it has now become a phenomenon, a social phenomenon, where what you do is you go to brunch and you get really drunk on mimosas, on Bloody Marys, on champagne, whatever you want. So yes, if you're saying let's go get brunch on a Tuesday and it's at 12:45 and you have to go back to work, that's not brunch, that's lunch. On a Saturday, I'm probably not even going to wake up until 11 or 11:30 because I've gone out the night before, and I'm still going to wake up craving some pancakes, some breakfast burritos. And guess what I want to do? Get drunk again. That's why restaurants have their brunch until 4 p.m. Tell me why a bottomless brunch in New York would be open until 4 p.m. if it's considered lunch.
That's not the part of the social part is not part of the debate.
Yes, it is. That's the whole reason.
And the drinks completely. If it's at 12:30, if it's at 1 o'clock, you can still have drinks. But why can we not just call it lunch? It's lunch.
It's a brunch menu, because if I can order chocolate chip pancakes at 3 o'clock with my mimosa, I'm still eating breakfast and it's still brunch.
So what do you call it? Let's say somebody let's get a late lunch, and it's at 4 o'clock. Or 4:15.
What day, Joe?
Is it no longer than dinner?
It depends, because it's kind of like an early dinner. It depends on what day it is. Now, it's like, okay, some happy hours are earlier on different days. Happy hours on Fridays last a little bit longer because days have different rules. Saturdays and Sundays have different rules for eating breakfast and lunch. On Saturdays and Sundays, you can eat brunch whenever the fuck you want. In New York, it's up until 4. I can make a brunch reservation at 3:45 if I want and drink mimosas until 6. If that's my first meal of the day, that's my first meal of the day.
That's completely asinine. The hours of the meals go as follows: 5 a.m. until 11 a.m. breakfast.
Not if you don't get up.
11 a.m. until 4 p.m. lunch. 4 p.m. and after is dinner.
No, it depends on what time you get up. Here's another example. And I understand brunch is not a holiday because, yes, it is every Saturday and Sunday. But it's like when you have Thanksgiving dinner. I eat Thanksgiving dinner at 3. Do I normally eat eat dinner at 3? No, but I eat Thanksgiving dinner at 3.
Those are asterisks.
Different meals on different days, Joey. On Saturday and Sunday. If you think I'm getting up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday to eat my chocolate chip pancakes, you're fucking crazy. I'm staying out until 4 a.m. So my first breakfast is usually at 1.
Well, if that's the case, then you're violating COVID laws right now. So that's a problem on you, and you're bringing us all down. That's probably why the office is shut down, right?
Excuse me.
Because Kayce Smith's out wandering around the city of New York until 4 a.m.
Don't you twist around. No, let's not twist it like a bop it right now. You know that I just body bagged you on this. You know it, because this is the thing. Brunch has become, now again, I will concede the word brunch is between breakfast and lunch, but that's evolved into an actual plan. When you make brunch plans, you're not going to just eat a meal. You're going to have an entire day worth of things.
I would like to hear from the moderator. Can we hear some words from the moderator?
Kayce, you're right there. Just walk through the door and make the perfect analogy that it's like literally versus figuratively. At one point, that's what the word meant.
That's what I said.
It has changed, and now the word has been redefined, and brunch now means whenever the sun is up and you're eating and drinking outside.
This is what I said.
Outside,
I didn't use the word figuratively and literally, but yes, the word is different than what it actually means. It has evolved into an event. And the event, when I go on Saturday morning to Factory 380 and get my Justin Bieber breakfast burrito at 1 p.m. with my mimosas, it is brunch. It says brunch menu. I'm eating bottomless brunch, and I can do that until the menu changes at 4, and then I've got to order a fucking hamburger.
Why can it not just be lunch, though, is my question. I just am failing to understand why it's like, okay, I get that if you start the brunch at 10:30, 10:45, hell, I'll even give you 11 a.m. on a Saturday, Kayce. If you start at 11, hey, let's meet at Factory 380 at 11 a.m. for brunch. Okay, that's fair. But if it's at 12:30, if it's at 1 o'clock, that is no longer brunch. That is just lunch.
Yes,
1 o'clock is prime brunch time.
Right.
You know what this is? You know what we're getting here? This is some married people shit, Joey Molinaro. Making plans to get up at 10 a.m. on a Saturday is some fucking married people shit.
This is where the argument is going to just be completely different for me and you, Joey, because the idea that I would go to Factory 380, and I don't even think they open at 11 on Saturdays. I don't think their brunch menu starts until 12 on Saturdays because no one's awake then. Everyone's like, you know what? Hungover from the night before. Even if I'm not, I want to go, and to even further it, they want to do early football games still as brunch. So you're trying to tell me that a 1 o'clock kick for an NFL game on a Sunday, you can't have your brunch? Of course you can.
Okay. Everybody likes a good, pancakes and bacon for dinner, right?
Breakfast for dinner.
You're just dinner. You're just having dinner.
No, it's breakfast for dinner.
Can we hear from the moderator on this matter?
Oh, that's one. What was the meal you put out?
I know. I'm just saying, like, if for one night you're like, oh, I'll just have some cereal, or I have pancakes and fucking bacon, or whatever it is for dinner. You don't call it dinner. You don't call it brinner. You don't call it. It's just dinner.
You call it breakfast for dinner.
You call it breakfast for dinner, and Joey, to further, you don't have.
And by the way, a garbage meal. A garbage.
No, that's not true, John. That's not true. But you don't call it like they're not serving dinner at restaurants because brunch is the thing that starts the day off. It's like, okay, are we going to go get day drunk? You're going to start with brunch. Does your day start at 11? Does your day start at 1? They're not like, oh, well, we're going to worry about dinner tonight because everyone's going to be too drunk by the end of it. You only go to brunch to drink brunch drinks. If you just want to eat breakfast, go to a diner, get your food, and then go eat lunch and drink. If you're going to a brunch, you are going for the drinking and the social aspect, which is why it can be later than 11 a.m.
But again, at the very core of this argument, you're saying that the defining part of it is that you're having drinks during the day that's later than breakfast, i.e. you're explaining lunch. You can have lunch
unless you're eating breakfast. That's why these places have bottomless brunch. Now they're usually 2 hours long because they know if you show up at 2, you can drink till 4. If you show up at 11, you can drink till 1. So here's my question, Joey. If it ends at 11, what if you make brunch plans at 11, but at 1, you're still drinking mimosas and eating your pancakes? Did you switch to lunch in the middle of it?
I told you. I gave you 11. If you said we're having brunch at 11, I'll even give you 11 a.m. That's fair. Once the clock strikes noon, that is lunch hour.
Joey, here's the problem. What you're doing here is you're sticking too much to definitions.
Right.
And definitions, much like my sexuality, are fluid. It depends on the moment. I gotta just feel it. I see a picture of Ryan Reynolds. Guess who's gay for a few minutes? If I'm fucking drinking on a Saturday afternoon, guess who's at brunch?
Me and John, and so would you, Joey. And I guarantee you next time you come in town, we'll ask Scotty at Factory. He will tell you that if you're enjoying a nice Bloody Mary at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you've got some bacon on your plate, you're having bottomless brunch at the Factory 380 in New York City, baby.
You guys will do that. You'll go at noon or whatever. I will come at 12:30 and I will say, I hope your guys' brunch was great. I am now joining you for lunch.
Now here's the deal. Here's the deal, Joey. I'm actually not much of a breakfast eater, so no matter what time I go to brunch, I'm ordering lunch. But brunch is a feeling. Brunch is an idea.
Brunch is
not
an
a
idea.
hard definition.
Brunch is an event. Brunch is a cultural phenomenon. You're going to brunch with your friends. And yes, John doesn't order breakfast food, but he's still at brunch because that's what everyone else in the entire city is doing. You're eating brunch on a Saturday and Sunday. Not on a Monday, not on a Tuesday, you're eating lunch. But on Saturdays and Sundays, brunch have different rules.
It's also, Joey, I gotta give you credit here. This is like getting in the ring with Tyson, debating Kayce on fucking drinking times. Like you really picked a hell of an opponent.
And by the way,
moderator too. You guys are in cahoots. I know it.
I mean, because we first of all, again, the idea that either one of us would be at a breakfast place at 10 a.m. on a Saturday or Sunday is just crazy. But also, like, the way this came about was because I just DM'd him to his ridiculous take about how if you're eating brunch at 12:45 at lunch, I was like, no. He was like, all right, debate me. I was like, let's fucking go, dude. You're walking into my arena now.
Again, it's all comes down to the scheduling of the event. All right. So I hear what you're saying, but when somebody says, let's get brunch at 12:45, I say, are we talking about, Waffle House fucking at 12:45 a.m. or what the hell is the deal? So
brunch is not Waffle House.
What are these? What are these?
Bottomless brunch is a thing for a reason.
The main dish of brunch is alcohol.
Right. Bottomless brunch.
So
That's
if you don't serve alcohol, you can't have brunch.
Right.
Have we got in on the merchandise? I know, John, you're big on the fucking Saturdays are for the boys. Do we have the brunch stuff? Is the brunch up? Have we had that? Saturdays are for the brunch. Sundays are for the brunch. I mean, what the fuck?
I don't think so.
We need it.
Christ, Kayce just said it right there. I was like, well, that sounds like a T-shirt if I've ever heard one.
I mean, it is. It's different rules on different days, just like holidays have different eating rules. But John is right. That's the reason that these restaurants say, okay, you pay $30, you get unlimited alcohol and like one entree that probably costs them $5 to make. They're not worried about the pancakes, the bacon, or the sausage. They're worried about how much champagne you're going to drink and how much vodka you're going to drink.
All right. This is my show. You guys are both pissing me off with your takes. So I know who Feitelberg is going to give it to. So
Kayce Smith. And look, this never happens. I never rule in favor of Kayce.
Never take my side. Ever, Joe.
Kayce Smith wins.
He says that he smacks the gavel of the microphone. He says she wins. Whatever. Fuck it. We'll put it to a vote. All right.